laying the groundwork. They continue to make major moves. Now the talks are Kelsey Plum is on the trade block. They're looking to move off of Kelsey Plum. She's only under contract for this season. They are so bad to the point where she might not want to come back, and they don't want to just lose her for nothing. They could be gaining assets through trading Kelsey Plum that could help.
The entire corporate infrastructure of professional sports has officially entered a state of unmanaged nuclear meltdown, and the global basketball community is currently paralyzed in absolute, terrifying shock following what is being described as the most aggressive, highly classified executive leak in sports history. What was allegedly engineered behind closed doors as a multi-million-dollar empire-building play has reportedly bypassed every league non-disclosure agreement. The Los Angeles Sparks are said to be executing an aggressive, franchise-altering strategy by initiating a multi-million-dollar blockbuster trade involving five-time All-Star Kelsey Plum. The reported objective is to create immediate salary cap space, restructure major assets, and build a powerful, long-term roster around generational phenom Caitlin Clark. However, as this blockbuster deal was reportedly being finalized, a major organizational conflict allegedly erupted. According to the narrative, Indiana Fever head coach Stephanie White stepped in to oppose the proposed transaction, insisting that she would never allow the move to happen. Then came another dramatic claim. Reports suggest that Caitlin Clark is finished with Stephanie White's management and has no intention of playing another minute under her restrictive system. If those claims were true, the countdown to a complete transformation of the Indiana Fever organization would already be underway. The era of silent athlete compliance is over. Public pressure continues to grow, league-wide tensions are escalating, and many believe a significant shift in the balance of power across professional basketball has begun. To understand why this reported blockbuster trade is being called one of the boldest strategic moves in professional sports, it is important to examine the calculated approach of the Los Angeles Sparks front office. According to the claims, Sparks leadership concluded that acquiring a generational talent like Caitlin Clark would require far more than a traditional trade package. Instead, they allegedly sought to create an irresistible, resource-rich environment that few superstars could ignore. In a surprising late-night decision, the Sparks reportedly placed multi-time champion and elite guard Kelsey Plum on the trade block. By moving Plum's expiring contract and significant market value, the organization would not only free substantial salary cap space but also clear the path for Caitlin Clark to become the undisputed centerpiece of the Los Angeles franchise.
The LA Sparks are going to end up getting Caitlin Clark. He wasn't pulling it out of thin air, and you see them making moves as we speak. You saw them go and sign Kate Martin. Now, take a look at this. Head coach Lynn Roberts is going to get fired. I'm just putting it out there. I'm letting y'all know now. I know she's going to get fired. She knows she's going to get fired. Kelsey Plum's about to get traded. It's a bunch going down. Take a look here. This is Lynn Roberts. They ask her about her job security, being that the GM just got fired. You're going to want to stick around. I got a bunch in this one. Go ahead.
Well, I don't think we underachieved last year, and this year's still going. We tripled our wins last year from the year before. I think, for where we want to get, that's not where we want to be. But, tripling wins from one year to the next in my first year, I don't think that's underachieving. This year, we have not hit our stride. We've played one game with everybody on our roster healthy. We've been injured all year. Hopefully we can get KP and Cam back. Our whole system's designed.
The Sparks are reportedly reshaping their roster with the goal of building a customized, fast-paced West Coast team designed to maximize Caitlin Clark's elite court vision and exceptional shooting range. According to the narrative, this aggressive top-down reconstruction has sent shockwaves through executive boardrooms across the league, signaling that the franchise is willing to part with established stars in pursuit of its long-term future. While some media outlets have described these developments as routine roster adjustments, supporters of the theory argue that the financial strategy tells a very different story. They claim this is a carefully calculated organizational move intended to build one of the most dominant dynasties in women's basketball on the West Coast. The reported framework for this historic transition was allegedly moving through league procedures, another major obstacle reportedly emerged. According to the claims, Indiana Fever head coach Stephanie White strongly opposed the potential move. The narrative further alleges that White believed losing Caitlin Clark would have a significant impact on both her coaching future and the franchise's long-term success. As a result, she was said to have launched an intense effort to challenge the proposed transaction. According to unverified reports, internal sources claimed that White held a series of urgent conversations with league officials, citing contract provisions, transfer regulations, and other legal considerations in an attempt to prevent Clark from joining Los Angeles. However, none of these claims have been officially confirmed.
I'm not even close to thinking that we are underachieving at all.
Now, she knows her job is on the line. She's about to get fired. The LA Sparks are 10-12. They're not going to make the playoffs again under her. She knows she's on the way out. Take a look at this. Sparks coach shuts down brutal season. And this is the key part where she tried to say, oh, we're one game out of the playoffs. It says that's the goal, the plan. We'll get healthy. I'm not buying into the narrative that we're having some brutal season. This is a process. We've had adversity. Lynn Roberts is going to get fired, you guys. I'm letting that be known right now. And they are looking to move Kelsey Plum. You got all the fans already blasting Lynn Roberts. Now, I'm telling you the moves that they are continuing to make. Take a look at this here. The LA Sparks practice facility in El Segundo construction update. State-of-the-art facility expected to open in 2027. So they're going to have a brand new facility here in Los Angeles. And this is going to be big because Caitlin Clark is going to have, she's coming from a brand new state-of-the-art facility in Indiana that they built. She's also going to be in one when she eventually gets to LA if this thing goes down. Now, that is another move that they're making. New facilities. They're going to get a new coach, a new GM. They're going to bring in a whole new infrastructure around this deal. I'm telling you.
According to the narrative, Stephanie White publicly and privately declared, "I cannot and will not allow this franchise to be stripped of its crown jewel." However, the reported power struggle is said to have produced the opposite effect. Rather than strengthening her position, the alleged effort to keep Caitlin Clark in Indiana has reportedly intensified speculation about growing tension within the organization. Supporters of the rumor claim the situation has sparked unrest inside the locker room, raising questions about the team's direction and leadership. As the story continues to circulate online, it has been portrayed as a clash between a head coach determined to protect her franchise and a generational superstar who is rumored to be seeking a different path for her future. While these claims have fueled widespread discussion across the basketball community, they remain unverified. Public reaction on social media has been intense, with many fans debating Stephanie White's leadership and the future of the Indiana Fever. Some online commentators have even called for major organizational changes, while others have urged caution, noting that the reports and rumors surrounding the situation have not been officially confirmed by the team or the league.
It would make sense to at least hear what other teams are saying. The answer is still ultimately no.
What team would go to get Kelsey Plum right now when they could just wait?
Indiana could make the move. Well, Indiana might not make the move, but a winning team could make the move. A Golden State Valkyries could use a Kelsey Plum. You get a bunch of picks and young assets from the Valkyries, and then you use those picks and assets to go and get Caitlin Clark.
Because like initially, I think quick shout out to Hunter Cruz did like a trade piece not too long ago, mentioned the Golden State Valkyries as a Kelsey Plum team. And I was like, you know what? Would be a fascinating fit. It used to be like a pure, we need an actual number one scoring option. It's like, you know what? That would make some sense.
I like the idea of Kelsey Plum. I like the idea of Kelsey Plum in the Golden State Valkyries. If I'm the Golden State Valkyries, we are the 3 seed, one game out of the 1 seed.
Mm-hmm.
We can deal with that later.
I mean, look, the talks are heating up. Kelsey Plum, you're either going to lose her in the offseason for nothing, or you can get something, you can get assets for her now. I don't see.
According to the circulating narrative, Stephanie White refuses to accept what some claim is the new reality, that Caitlin Clark has completely moved on from the Indiana Fever system. The story alleges that the relationship between the superstar and the coaching staff has reached a breaking point, with tensions that cannot be repaired through public relations efforts alone. Supporters of the rumor claim that for months, Clark dealt with passive-aggressive press conferences, a restrictive offensive system, and what they describe as insufficient organizational protection from the physical play she faced on the court. These claims have fueled widespread debate among fans, although they have not been officially confirmed. The narrative further suggests that the Los Angeles Sparks have presented Clark with an opportunity to become the centerpiece of a new championship vision. According to unverified reports, she has used her influence to push for a major change in her career. Sources cited in these rumors allege that Clark delivered a firm message to team ownership, stating that she would not return to the court, participate in promotional activities, or support the current coaching staff if a proposed trade were blocked. However, there is no official evidence confirming that such an ultimatum was ever made. The story also claims that Clark has bypassed Stephanie White's authority by communicating directly with senior executives, investors, and league stakeholders in an effort to facilitate a move to the West Coast. If true, supporters argue it would represent a dramatic shift in the balance of power between star players and team leadership. As of now, however, these reports remain speculative and have not been verified by the Indiana Fever, the Los Angeles Sparks, the WNBA, or Caitlin Clark herself.
Just rough decision-making process from the Dominique Malunga trade for Kelsey Plum, giving up Sarah Ashley Barker, trading Rickea Jackson for Ariel Atkins.
Yo, that GM that got fired made some horrible moves. How do you give up Sarah Ashley Barker, who you took in the top 10, who was balling, played well as a rookie? Now she's a starter. She's a starter in Portland. You gave up Rickea Jackson. Granted, she tore her ACL after, but giving up Rickea Jackson for Ariel Atkins, that GM had to go. That's crazy work.
Atkins giving out all of those bad contracts, just down the board, a lot of bad decisions from that front office. So we'll see what the direction is at the deadline. If I had to imagine, this is an ownership decision. If ownership believes that Kelsey Plum is not coming back and they want to pivot from here, they want to move into like more of a rebuild, a retooling period without Kelsey Plum, get younger, get off of these long-term deals, then why not trade her now? 1-year deal, you trade a lot to get her, the number 2 overall pick. So if there's going to be a trade that's going to happen, who could do it? The one team I look at as a serious contender for this is the Golden State Valkyries. Golden State's roster is so well built around not having a number 1 option. They have Gabby Williams, who's a great player, but not your number 1. Veronica Burton, a lot of wings, Cecilia Zandolazini, Janelle Salon. They got the defense, too, with Kia Stokes at the 5. They have a lot of defense.
We are standing at what many are calling a pivotal moment in professional women's basketball, one that could reshape the future of the sport. According to the circulating narrative, the traditional approach, where coaches and front offices maintain complete control over generational talent, is being challenged by the growing economic and cultural influence of superstar athletes. The story further claims that, by reportedly making Kelsey Plum available and building a long-term vision around Caitlin Clark, the Los Angeles Sparks are attempting to create a new blueprint for success in the modern era of women's basketball. Supporters of the theory argue that this strategy reflects a dramatic shift in how franchises value elite talent. The narrative ends by raising a major question. Will the league's leadership step in if tensions within the Indiana Fever organization continue to grow, or will the franchise face increasing criticism and pressure from its fan base? As of now, however, there is no official evidence confirming the reported trade, the alleged internal conflict, or any effort to force Stephanie White's resignation. These claims remain speculative and should be treated as rumors unless confirmed by the WNBA, the Indiana Fever, the Los Angeles Sparks, or other reliable official sources.
And I care about her, and this is the hard part in sports, right? But right now I'm just, focused on the team.
Sense of urgency kind of heightened, or has it already been kind of there already?
Like, what do you mean?
The sense of urgency of like.
I mean, we've had the sense of urgency all season. We've had just peaks and valleys with how we've played and who we've had active and injured and stuff. But I feel like we're playing.
Now, Lynn Roberts, she understands the pressure is on her as a coach because there's no guarantee that you're gonna like make it. There's no guarantee that this ownership group is gonna keep you around. The ownership group may be scouring around for a coach that already has a great relationship with Caitlin Clark. They're gonna be looking to make a partnership. And I think, listen, man, things are happening behind the scenes. I 100% believe things are happening, and there's a chance that this thing could take a turn. Okay, this is courtesy of ESPN. It says the Sparks, they missed the playoffs the last 5 seasons and are currently 10-11, just out of playoff in 9th place. They're coming off consecutive victories, though, having defeated Indiana Wednesday and Chicago on Friday. It says the assistant GMs will take over. Okay, and this thing is.
Will this highly publicized, multi-million-dollar saga ultimately end with Caitlin Clark wearing the purple and gold of the Los Angeles Sparks? That question continues to fuel speculation across the basketball world. As fans eagerly await any official developments, one thing is certain: the global sports community is watching this evolving story closely, with every new rumor and report generating intense discussion. Whether these claims prove to be true or not, the conversation surrounding Caitlin Clark's future has become one of the biggest topics in women's basketball.